Howdy, y'all. My name is Laird, and this is going to be something a bit different. It's not Dead by Daylight, it's not traditional horror gaming, it is a tabletop RPG I'm going to be running. This is the Savage World system. This is a game of my own writing. It is called the campaign itself. Savage Worlds was written by others, just for clarification. Um, but this is The Night the Stars Stood Still. Joining us are Decaf Gaming, Dachi, Cryptic, Toasty. Well, thank you, Emerald. Put that up with introductions out of the way. Let us begin. It is a cool evening as the train trestles down the tracks. Thank you for the sub, Toasty.
I'll teach you and give me ads.
The slow chug of the engine drowning out the sounds of the wilderness around. The train going through a low swamp. Occasionally, as you enter a tunnel, the whistle becomes almost drowning. But as it moves and churns through the wilderness, cutting through the scar in the land man has made in the name of its own progress, you find a clearing up ahead as you approach a small coastal town just outside of Virginia. Its name is Cape Cross. Here, 1,300 souls live, and 4 more enter. As the train grinds to a stop, an old man walks down the aisle. Cape Cross, last stop. Just a note, as you get off the train, you will not be able to leave this town by train for a couple of days. Local festival comes in and they cut off the train tracks for the duration. There's a small inner city line that runs from here down to the mining settlement that runs every hour. Otherwise, y'all ain't leaving. Make yourselves at home. Getting off now, get off now. This thing ain't stopping again till Boston. Howdy, Dan Vision. Oh. Please, everyone, get off. This is your stop.
Alrighty, I'm getting off.
And you
He's
said this
already at
was
home.
winter?
Late fall, early winter, yes.
Okay. And yes, Paige will be departing in her warm clothes.
The old man kind of shuffles along behind you, helping get your bags out. Just a second.
Vincent collects his belongings. Vincent collects his belongings and exits the vehicle.
Man steps up behind you. Well, it's my stop too. Name's Vernon.
Howdy, man.
Haven't
Howdy,
been
my name's
myself.
Henry.
haven't been home in I guess since the last festival, so 25 years.
That's a long time.
What was this?
It's hard to explain to someone who hasn't grown up here, but it goes by many names and various indigenous languages and the languages of the settlers who've come in, but the closest English approximation would be The Night the Stars Stand Still.
That sounds cryptic.
But the lines are going to close after the train comes through. He points to 2 massive metal barricades on wheels that are going to come sliding across the tracks.
Why did they cut off the train?
The town ain't too welcoming to visitors. I don't know how y'all managed to get a ticket that stops here this time of year. Normally we go to the ticket offices and they stop the sales.
I don't know either.
You don't know how you got a
Haven't
ticket
been
in
sticking
town.
for a couple months.
Man, either you're blessed or cursed, and I guess we'll find out which next couple of days. He kind of quickly points to a few nearby buildings. The station, for I guess visual sake, is just a slightly elevated wooden platform with a cover and a small booth selling tickets. There's a older man with a cart in the corner selling cups of soup out of a cauldron he has running with a fire, but Vernon points to a small wooden building. Goes, my sister owns the hotel. Down there is he points to next to it is a low brown building. So that is the office for the Coldridge mine. You can convert your money to script or your script to money. Scrip is the currency of the mining town. You can also book a train ride into the town. They are part of the festival, so you can go back and forth. They're supposed to be offering a dinner every night of the festival if you're hungry. So if y'all want some food and don't want to pay the prices in town, just take a trip down there. It's gosh, let me double check it. Yeah, it's $2 for a ticket.
Quite expensive.
Cheaper than the meals in town.
How much are their meals usually?
Oh gosh, Valerie's still running the inn. You'll be paying $6-7 a person.
Wow. Is there coffee?
There are beans ground up and have water poured over them. Calling it coffee is a bit of a stretch.
That'll do.
And so none of y'all been here before.
Not at all. First time here, at least for me.
First time passing through this side of the U.S.
I'm not known to stick in one place too long.
Trust me, no one likes sticking around here. Sis wrote to me about that. He points up the hill to a large military base has recently been built. Base might be too strong of a word. It's looks like a squat brick building, very brutalistic in architecture, with a large series of antennas pointing off at somewhat strange angles. Nothing quite making a right angle coming off the roof. That went in about a year before the war ended. And
Is that
hard to believe we survived that war.
is that used for anything right now?
Just a second. Chris TB666 rating with a party of 7. Welcome Raiders, welcome Raiders.
So we're just party of 5. Our host is party of 5.
Whiff, I am running a tabletop game right now, and y'all now find yourselves on YouTube, so say hi to YouTube. Geeky Cat Lady, thank you for the follow. Arugula Fieri, howdy howdy. Yes, it's a listing post of sorts. Came in a couple years ago. Howdy Dub. General comes in from town every now and then to pick up supplies for the guys up at the base. Oh, no, not that one, Whiff. This is Savage Worlds. Yeah, General comes into town, buys supplies. We don't really like him. He doesn't really like us, but we've found a way to kind of keep the peace. Just a second. I am struggling with his name. Give me just a moment. I am running into a technical issue on my end. I apologize to y'all and to YouTube for this.
Woo! Technical issues.
Yep. Okay. General Sturge lives up there. Works up there. Okay. He's a decent enough fellow. We might not see eye to eye, but not a big fan of him being in town, but at least he keeps to himself. So you win some, you lose some. But today should be his day to make the trip down the mountain back to town. Well, I'm going to go get set up at home. He points in the direction of a few small, kind of rickety-looking homes near the water. And that's where I live. Go down there, knock around. Just shout out Vernon, you'll find me soon enough.
Alright. Well, it was nice to meet you.
But y'all have a pleasant day and enjoy the festivities.
Stay around town.
He walks off with a slow, shuffling gait. You can tell he's been on the train so long he's developed what amounts to sea legs if he kind of wobbles to get his footing back under him as he moves.
Hmm.
And soon as he clears the platform, the train whistles once. Man at the front leans out. Want your trip out of town? Get on now. Soon as the last carriage leaves, rails are covered. You ain't leaving. Few people scurry and jump in. Their various praises that they've escaped whatever comes next as the doors close and the train slowly trundles back down that man-made scar through the woods. And soon as the last car covers, 4 large, black-cloaked figures step out. They grab the edge of these large metal sheets and drag them across the train tracks, quickly bolting it down with some wooden supports. Those aren't moving. You've now found yourselves locked into this town. What do you do?
Well, we ain't getting anytime soon.
Well, it's time to head to that nearby hotel.
I will do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you'll approach, you hear the light bustle of noise. Like you hear the odd, hear some music, and you hear just a little bit of rowdiness. Some people drinking and enjoying themselves. The sound of what you think might be darts, but they're darned heavy darts. As you open the door, I'd like each of you to roll on your notice skill.
Okay. What's
Do
my
you want me to
notice?
do things?
D6.
Yes, so you, as a reminder for Savage Worlds, you roll your notice die plus your wild die, which is the bone d6.
Okay. Uh,
3 and a 4,
Wow, I rolled a 6.
a 3 and
Me
a
too.
2, a 1 and a 2. What did you roll? A 6? So yeah, you roll that again and add to it on both of them. Roll both
Okay.
of those and add back to their respective die.
Hmm.
You can do one at a time or. So let's see, that is a 10. So now roll the other one. And an 11. Okay,
Okay.
so everyone who rolled above a 4, you notice that there are 3 large fishermen in the corner chucking harpoons at a barrel where they have painted kind of a rough targeting circle on it for their game of darts.
Ooh, can I try?
Oh, you'll have to get them to convince you to join in right now, and they don't seem to be the friendly type. But as you step through the door, there's a thick layer of cigarette smoke that just hits you in the face. The sound of drinking and the slight heady smell of homemade high-proof spirits hits your nose. Behind the counter is an older woman whose skin is somewhat sun-worn and broken down by the time and busyness, permanently smelling of cigarette smoke and bad ideas. Valerie Thompson looks up and goes, You four, what you doing here?
Uh,
As soon as she
Visiting.
speaks, the bar silences and everyone turns and hands go to where one might only presume weapons lie.
How much for a room?
Okay, I guess we gotta do this a bit slower. What are you doing in my establishment?
We just got off the train and we're looking for a place to stay the night.
Yes.
Outsiders coming in the night of the festival?
That is correct.
Ooh. For
Is
the
that an invitation?
how long y'all planning on staying?
Until the festival ends, I would say.
Y'all cozy enough to share rooms, or y'all each want your own room?
I'm fine with sharing.
I don't mind if I must.
I don't care either way.
How
Solo,
much money do we
preferably.
have? I think?
Okay. I can put 3 in one of the bunk rooms, and the one who desires their own. We'll make something work. $5 for the lot of you till the end of the festival.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
I'm just now realizing we didn't go over money.
yeah.
Okay.
Out of character comment.
Okay, so we will quickly hash out. I thought we'd covered it, and I wasn't sure. So each of you roll a d10 plus your smarts die, and that is how much money you start with.
Alright, where is that?
You see that D10?
Yep, d10 plus your smarts die, add them together.
All right.
Woo. I don't really get much, do I?
You're all right.
I have
That's how it's gonna be.
$13.
6 plus 4. Does it explode?
Yes, it explodes. If it's a d6,
Alright, so that's 10 plus
I rolled a 10 on the D10.
6.
yeah, then yours explodes as well.
So I roll it again.
Alright,
Wait,
so
did I roll the
it's
right
10,
die? Yep, that's it.
4, 2 6s, and a 5.
So
21.
I got a 10, a 3, and a 2.
So 15.
That's reasonable.
So you had 18 cryptic?
21.
21, okay. And Dachi, how much did you have?
Trying to find a D8.
D8, that would be this one.
It's the one that looks like a
Alright.
diamond.
Oh, 10, I guess.
Okay. And Decaf, I'm gonna let you roll again.
Decaf, what did you roll?
2.
A 2.
Oh man.
You have a D10 for your smarts, don't you?
I do. I rolled 2d10s and got a 2.
You poor thing.
Okay, you start with $6.
That's better.
So for the lot of you, it's $5 for the duration of your stay. You can split the cost as you deem fit across the 4 of you.
I'll contribute $2.
Yeah, I can contribute $2 as well.
Alright, I guess I'll give the final $1 for whoever's missing it.
It's not fair for the lady to have to pay.
She takes your money, counts it up. She looks at you with wide eyes and goes, "What? No tip?"
Here's $1.
She greedily snatches the dollar and shoves it into her apron.
You're welcome.
She does not say thank you.
Rude.
She turns around, slamming the door quite aggressively, and the drinking and merriment continues, albeit cautious. Every few seconds, the thwack and slight hum of the harpoons hitting the barrel happens. Until one of them throws, and it sails right through the window, crashing the glass of the bay window at the front of the bar as the harpoon wedges itself into the street outside.
That's a lovely shot. Where can I get coffee?
You see there is a coffee pot of sorts behind the bar. Valerie comes back with a handful of keys and gives the 3 of you the keys to, as she puts it, room number 1. And Paige, you are granted the key to room number 2. She says they're upstairs. I assume you're all capable of reading. Find your own rooms. The boys will be by to help you out later.
All right.
Thanks, darling.
All of you to assume I can read.
The name's Valerie.
Nice to meet you. I'm Henry. Henry Jitters.
I don't quite care who you are. You are visitors in this town on the night of the festival. Guess the most accurate name for you collective is Chum.
Is that coffee free?
No, nothing is free.
How much?
How about you tell me how much you want to pay for it?
$1?
$2.
Fine.
She takes $2 and proceeds to get a mug that you can tell has not been washed. Like, it might as well have been snatched from someone further down the bar, and she fills it with a light brown liquid that has just a bit too much viscosity. You comfortable calling it water? Mixed with beans. She
Bean juice.
pours it, slops it down in front of you. You notice the liquid rises up the side of the glass, droplets looking as they consider falling out, and then it just kind of pulls itself back in. It sits flat in the cup. A lone curl of steam rises up from it, hits your nose. Roll notice at a +1.
Yeah, I was about to ask.
Because you drink a lot of coffee, I'll give you a +1 on this.
Okay, so just a D6 for no.
D6 and your wild D6.
Oh, two. Okay.
The like one rule of Savage Worlds is that die is rolled with everything.
Wait.
Would you like to use one of your tokens to re-roll that?
What did you roll?
A 1 and a 2.
My boy.
Oh, it's happening again.
So
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
okay, so would you like to spend it and just re-roll, or would you like to spend it giving it to me and add another D6 to the result?
I'll give it to you.
Okay, so I will take one of these. And fortune favors you. You may roll again. Or roll another D6 and add it to it.
Roll another D6.
Okay, just pluck one out of your infinite bag and roll.
Okay.
Okay, so 3 plus 2. You do pass.
Okay.
Second, I've just found a very strange bug.
A bug in my coffee?
No, a bug on stream. I zoomed out and I found one of the reference cards floating at the top of space.
Oh, I see that.
I love that.
Yeah, I like zoomed out and just like clipped the edge of it. So, if it's coffee, it's no coffee you've ever had. Like
Dirty
it,
water.
it might have started as coffee. It might be something in the water, but it is something entirely of its own.
Can I drink it?
Of course, you can drink it. You can remember everything's edible once. Everything can be drank once.
Okay, I'll drink it.
Okay. What is your vigor?
D6.
Roll your vigor and your wild die.
Okay. Let me get rid of some dice first.
And roll above a 1 this time.
Okay.
Please. Before this session ends really fast. Oh wow.
Okay, that's a
Oh,
6.
Don't forget your wild die.
Yeah, don't forget to roll your wild as well.
Okay.
So roll the regular one again and add to it. Okay, you can tap R to roll a bit easier.
Oh, okay. So,
That was a 4.
Yeah, it was a 4, so give it a 10.
Star.
okay.
Okay, so on a 10, it burns going down like moonshine. I don't know if you've experienced, but it's white lightning is an apt name. As it settles in your stomach, it hits with a hard and heavy thud at the bottom. You know whatever that is now a part of you, whether you want it to be or not. And you get no buzz, no joy. You can tell that it was not alcohol, but it burns that way.
Well, I got my money's worth, I guess.
Looks over each
Just
other.
like Mama used to make.
It's coffee. Water from the bay,
Got a couple
desalinated in the back.
disappointment.
So is that gonna affect me later?
You'll find out.
All right. Sounds good.
The
As
answer
always.
everyone wants to hear from their GM.
But as you're sitting there contemplating what just entered your stomach, two pallid, gray young men come from the back, both with their hands full of mugs of beer, and they just kind of scamper through the room. Scamper's a bit too energetic. They plod through the room, placing mugs of beer in front of waiting clients, and turn around and walk back through the back without a word or a glance. She looks and goes, that's my boys, George and Stefan.
What's wrong with your skin?
Nothing's wrong with their skin. What are you saying about my boys?
That coffee was good.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. Now, if you're not going to buy anything else, either go to your rooms or shoot.
I'm going to my room.
Rest of you?
I'm gonna head up to the room. I was gonna do that before he did the whole coffee thing.
Paige is going to try and elicit help from one of these able-bodied gentlemen. Would one of you be a doll and carry my stuff up to my room for me?
I'll grab our bags and I'll head up as well.
You know what? Everyone else in the bar just kind of looks at you, looks at their mugs, and keep drinking.
Man, that coffee was delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I
Uh,
don't think that
anyone
old
can-
drink there was coffee, man.
anyone who would like is welcome to roll to see how honest he's being. You would need to roll on notice.
I'm not gonna notice anything. I promise you that.
Why not? I'll just roll
have a-
extra dice to get the ones out of the way.
I have a D4.
One and a 4.
Look at that. What did I say?
Oh,
What
you
did you
notice that the
point
floor
out?
is made of floor.
I mean, I got 9.
You got a well, no, you got a 6. It's your highest die. So roll that one and add to it.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay, that was an 8. So you can tell, like, anyone who rolled above a 4, you can tell that just deep within Henry Jitter's stomach is some vile mass that he struggled to get down. You all find a bit of confidence that he and if he can swallow that, anything else he can run into will best be handled professionally. But as you get up to your rooms, you put the key in and turn. The hinge groans with an unsettling scream as you open it. And the three of you are sharing a room. You can tell the room is meant for crowds. 2 sets of bunk beds on each wall. Small table in the middle. Chamber pot in the corner. Small writing desk opposite. With a mirror above the writing desk, of course. The
Can
window's
I check
covered in
myself?
newspaper. Would you like to look at the mirror?
Yeah, just to check myself after drinking that coffee.
Roll notice with a -1.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm.
But don't forget your wild die.
Wild die, yeah. Why?
You notice that it is still you looking back. But
Okay.
is anyone looking at him at this moment?
Yeah, he walked into the room while we're all still standing by the doorway.
Okay, then roll notice.
Right, 2 and 2.
Okay. Would you like to spend a token to re-roll or to add to your result?
Not at this moment.
Okay. 3 and a 4.
3 and 4.
Toasty, you notice as he turns away and walks back, his reflection lingers in the window or in the mirror just a second longer than he did.
That's disconcerting. I'd rather not have seen that. Samuel's gonna claim one of the bottom bunks.
And you'd swear you saw it smile.
I'm ignoring it. I don't want to see it.
Is it jittering?
It just smiled. Paige, as you get set up into your room, it is as that room is pallid and boring, yours is extravagant, overdone for the size and quality of this inn. Ornate carpet lines the floor with a large 4-poster bed with a large red comforter. Pillows that feel like actual silk. In bookshelves with books.
Well, naturally, Paige has to check those out.
Are you looking for anything in particular or just browsing the covers?
Just browsing.
Okay, give me a notice. With a +1. Because you're well read, correct?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's a +1.
Paige like one of the smartest people out of all of us?
Yep.
We got a 7 high.
Okay, so as you walk through and look, you see Jules Verne, 100 Leagues Under the Sea. You see various works of H.G. Wells. You also see a book called El Mortis Monstrum. You see other books with Latin titles. Some you may recognize, some you not.
Can I roll this skill? Where is it? Why can't I ping it?
Occult?
Yeah.
Yes, you can roll your occult to kind of narrow down what you recognize in those books.
None of them.
Yeah, as you
We
look
got
over
3.
them, you can see that they have to do with magic and they have to do with things older than man, but your knowledge of the specifics just seem to escape you, just right off the tip of your tongue. Like the name of a lover just forgotten. Just out of reach.
She kind of puts the books back. Thought I'd escape that stuff.
What do you do next?
Suppose get the bags settled in and
While you're
probably plop down with some Jules Verne.
while you're kind of settling in, you hear a thud. One of the books falls off the shelf and lays open on the floor, face up, like pages up.
Mm. I suppose there is no other real recourse for Paige than to go check out whatever that is. Curious as she is.
As you look, it is. Roll smarts.
Oops.
Okay, you rolled max on both, correct? Or no, that's a D10.
Nice.
So
I got a
seven,
7 total.
7 and 8. So we'll count the 8. Which is a success and a raise. So I'm going to give you a bit more than I was initially. As you look, this book is a star chart, particularly one dated approximately 100 years before today, exactly today. And you note that there are some strange scribblings down the side about something about the stars not moving for the night.
You said there's a window in this room, right?
Yes.
We're gonna go to the window. See if we can compare star chart.
Sun's just starting to set. Can't see much in the way of stars, but
Okay.
what all 4 of you hear as you get to that window is the sound of an explosion. Rocks the floor. A slight delay, and then there are screams.
Wow.
Lovely.
The hell was that?
Everyone
We're
okay?
gonna stuff the book in a bag for now. Carry it with me.
If y'all remember your brief tour you got earlier and directions pointed, that came from Coldridge Mines.
Do you guys think we should check it out?
Paige is already in the hall.
All right. I'm gonna follow that woman.
As y'all get outside the inn, you can see the thin curl of black smoke reaching up to the sky.
Is
And
there
you start
are
to
there
see
any
women
other-
and children starting to head towards the brown building next door where they can get a ticket to go check the mines.
Just follow the crowd.
The rest of you following?
Mhm.
Yep.
As y'all get
Yeah.
in line, you hear people muttering about their husbands and brothers and sons. You're wondering about his son. It was his second day on the job. He's 9 years old.
Okay.
Can I ask one of the people there to about what happened?
Well, we don't know yet. Our best guess is an explosion, but to let people check on family and loved ones right now, we're waiving the cost of tickets. But if you're going and you don't have direct family down there, we do advise you pick up some script before you go. Oh, the mining town doesn't use the U.S. dollar for business and operation. It uses script. 25 script to $1.
25 script. I'll give them where can I exchange it again?
At the counter at the front of the line where everyone's headed.
Okay.
All right. Once I get up there, I'll exchange $3.
So Richie goes, big spender, just hands you this, like, each script is a metal coin cut into a rough circle, you can tell by hand, with the name Coldridge Mine stamped on the front. And a
I'll
small hole
exchange-
punched through them to, like, run them on a necklace or something.
I'll exchange $2 worth of script.
Likewise looks at you with wide eyes as she hands each of you bags of 50 script each. Just, the train will depart in the next 30 to 45 minutes. And train is a strong word for what this is. It is a steam-powered engine, but the cars are all just plain wooden pallets that you sit on, essentially. You can tell the citizens have put some pillows up there over the years, but they're pillows that have sat outside through the weather and conditions of this area. They are not in the best sitting condition.
Hmm.
So I presume you're all boarding?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yes.
So as you board, the train slowly pulls out of town. Groans like a man with black lung. As it winds through the man-made scars in the forest, trees seem to pull and push into the wind. It's an eerie sound that whistles through one's ears. As you're traveling, I want each of you to make a notice check at a -2.
Okay.
So I'm double handicapped. God.
Wow, I rolled a 1.
I got 2 6s.
I got a
And a
6 and a
5.
4.
1
Okay.
and a 5.
Roll both your 6s. Roll your 6, Toasty, and got a 6, which would be a 4. So okay.
I got a
Alright,
6
so
again.
that
Roll it
makes
again. So you're at a
it,
12.
14. No, 16.
That's a 5.
16. You're at a
17.
17.
So,
So,
like
15.
right?
Yes, so those who pass, you notice what appeared to be a few motes of light out in the woods. Those who rolled at least an 8 or higher, you notice that they're definitely not attached to people. They're not headlamps, they're not flashlights, they're not lanterns. And what was the highest roll? Your 15, Toasty?
Yeah, I think so.
You
Which is
notice
surprising.
that it's very suddenly stopping and changing directions and seemingly tailing behind the train just a bit.
Hmm. Why is my character noticing all this stuff? He's the dumb one, guys.
I have bad luck.
A lack of intelligence is possibly a blessing in this land.
I hate it. I don't want to know things.
As the train comes to a stop in the small little Coldridge mine, like mining town, you see 8 men laid out on stretchers at the edge of town, faces covered in white sheets. You can tell under the sheet from the blood seeping through that they're not all in one piece.
That's a gruesome sight.
About 50 yards back, you see that black smoke billowing from a hole in the earth. All cut by tools and explosions, just seeping out of it with death and destruction. The smell of sulfur hits your nose.
Can I ask one of the people there what happened?
A young boy, no older than 12, looks at you and goes, well, something blew up. But today wasn't a fire day, and today wasn't a lamp day, so I don't know what could have blown up. But something blue. And if you look down at him, you can tell he's injured pretty badly, but fighting along to just keep doing his job.
Mm.
You're way too young to work in this mine.
Working here since I was 6.
Wow. Are there other young kids working
Yes,
this
there
mine?
are lots of children. You would estimate maybe half the boys in town work at this mine.
So what do you mine here? I asked the kid.
Coal. And this, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out this opalescent material that appears deeper than its physical parameters allow it to be.
What is that?
We don't quite know.
Mm.
Is
But,
it under a common knowledge?
no.
Okay.
If you're near enough to see it in his hand and you have the occult skill, you can roll.
I don't.
Nope.
Just 2 threes.
You know you've seen it, its name just escapes you.
Hmm.
You've seen some of the Arkham socialites running around with it around their neck. What you do
Can I-
know is that that piece that boy is holding could probably buy half of the town.
Can I try to persuade the kid to give it to me?
You can try.
Okay, roll a d6.
Yep, and your wild d6, of course.
Okay, a 4 and a 2.
Okay, so you rolled a 4. He's going to resist with his smarts, which is just a d4. Nope. He looks at you and goes, 50 cents.
Dollars or script?
50 cents, real money.
Fine.
Boy looks at you like you just gave his Christmases for the next 5 years. He goes, I can take a day off with this.
Have fun, kid.
A day.
It-
So that brings me
He
down
can
to
take several days off with that. You see a large wooden sign outlining worker rights and pay. Worker rights are essentially they have the right to work, and that's about it. They make 3 script per shift,
How long's a shift?
8 hours.
Okay.
And
Great.
remember,
Wow.
25 script to $1.
Yup. Can I go look around the mine? Like the general area where we're at right now.
Okay, so where the train stops, there's no real station, just the end of a line and a metal barrier to stop it from coming off the tracks. There's a few small outhouse-like structures, like you can tell they are latrines. There are 2 worker bunkhouses. There's what is very, very prominently labeled as the company store and the mess hall.
I'm gonna go to one of the latrines because I gotta go BRB in real life.
Okay. So the rest of you, where are you headed?
Mm,
Um,
I don't know. I'm still reeling from what I saw, so
Would you like to tell them what you saw?
I don't know how Samuel would describe it to them.
And which thing do you want to describe to them?
I don't know. I don't think I want to do anything. I don't want to be seeing anything. Uh,
Spooked by all those glowing yellow lights we saw along the way.
I mean, I guess I'll share about the light following the train because that was a little more, you know,
Pressing?
urgent. I'd say urgent.
Yeah.
uh,
I am back.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I saw like strange lights almost following the train that we took here. Did any of you see that?
Uh,
Possible.
I just got out from the latrine. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're talking about a light that y'all might have seen dancing around the woods on the way here.
Didn't see anything.
As you're talking, an old man walks up. See, he's got some stitches running down the side of his face, where his left foot should be just as a mound of bandages. He goes, you see that ball lightning out in the woods?
What do you
I
call it?
guess I did.
They say when nature's mad, she sends them to scare people away, make them reconsider their choices. I tend to believe we shouldn't be out here. But it's the only
Mining?
job in town, yeah. We shouldn't be here.
Mm.
Why shouldn't we be here?
This ground is old. It's older than you, it's older than me. These mountains are older than our parents or their parents or the parents before them. The older it is, the worse it is to be tearing it apart. These lands are some of the oldest one can find.
Then why are you mining here?
Because at the end of the day, a job's a job, and I have a strong aversion to starving to death.
Fair enough.
Allergic to it myself.
He steps back and looks Paige over once or twice. My oh my, what are you doing out here?
We'll call it sating a curiosity.
If you need more things sated, you can find me in my bunk.
Paige will just kind of nervously laugh and shuffle away.
Well, that's from a page of The Art of Seduction.
Uh, a large, well-kept man in a white suit walks up, and as he approaches, you see him turn his cane around and just whack that man on the back as he passes him. Cracks like a clap of thunder through the air. The old man stumbles to the ground and then hurriedly gets up and scampers and crawls back to his bunkhouse.
Beautiful.
I do apologize. The name's Coldridge.
You own this mine?
Eldridge Coldridge. Yes, I own this place.
Eldritch Coldridge.
My father thought he was a funny man.
That was out of character. I'm laughing at you, Laird.
So I have this.
We employ
stone.
650 people here, and you have to run into the major pervert in town. I do apologize. He pulls a bag of scrip off of his belt and hands it to you, Paige, as an apology of sorts.
Well, apology well accepted.
I live up yonder. He points to the nearby hill where there is a very large white state house built. Kind of in that old southern, like sweeping front porch style, large columns, beautiful ornate front door. You note that the floor of the porch is a strange blue.
Can I ask him about the stone that I bought off the kid?
He looks and goes, "Where'd you get that? Who gave it to you?"
I found it on the floor.
Roll smarts
Possibly.
versus his smarts.
D8.
I'm enjoying this too much.
Okay. Why?
I'll get to you for that one. Double tap it. You didn't quite roll the wild die enough. It barely moved.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
I have a D8. Why is this happening to me?
What was your D8?
Smarts.
No, what did you roll
3.
for? A 3? Okay.
Yeah.
He goes, well, if you just found that on the floor, I'm the president of the United States.
Possibly one of the miners could have dropped it. I mean, they were injured and everything.
He pulls out a pistol. Boy, where did you get that rock?
Can I roll gambling?
You'll be gambling with your life to make it clear, but yes.
Okay. Okay.
Might I remind you, you have 2 fate tokens to spend.
Okay, 7.
Okay, it's gonna be versus his smarts again.
8, 4.
Okay, that's a 6. 7. And you rolled a 7 as well for your best?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say, because this is how he looks, he goes, I don't believe you, but... And, like, his pistol is wavering inches from your nose.
I gotta love the smell of gunpowder.
Pulls the hammer back and then looks at you, points the gun in the air and fires.
Alright, fine. I bought it off a kid.
Which kid?
I don't know his name. I forgot how he looks like.
Well, I guess they're all gonna meet the cane then.
Okay, can I try to persuade him to not do that?
Yeah, roll smarts again.
Smarts, okay.
Not
Oh.
persuasion.
Oh wait, I forgot.
Not
Persuasion is
persuasion.
a skill in the systems. Yeah, roll persuasion.
Okay, 6. Okay.
What did you roll?
A 1 on my
Nice.
d6.
Right,
Okay.
hopefully this is better.
Oh no.
Okay,
It's a,
he's mad. He's gonna swing at you with his
Can
cane.
I try to do athletics?
You can. Oh, rephrase. Would you like to spend a fate token before I respond to add to that roll? Since you rolled snake eyes.
Actually, I have luck, so I should have 1 additional Benny.
Okay.
If I'm in close enough proximity, can I block
So I'm
it?
gonna use
No.
that one.
No, this is a sucker punch essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that one.
Okay. To add a d6 or to reroll.
Add a d6.
Okay. So that goes to me.
that
Where-
went through the table, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll in one of these things. Okay,
It's a
that's
6.
Does it explode?
Yes. That's another 6.
Okay.
So 12.
Okay.
17, 8.
17.
So you got an 18 because you had a 1 on both your other dice. So
Okay.
he looks at you like his cane is raised. He just looks at you and sets it down and goes, you know, it's just 1. But I want you to know that rock in the right hands is more valuable than you will ever understand.
Is it edible?
Everything's edible once.
How
didn't
big
know
is this
better.
rock?
What?
How big is this rock?
It's
Why
It
do you
fi-
feel the need to eat everything?
it filled the child's palm, so it's about the size of a deck of playing cards.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna choke to death knowing my reputation.
Let's say I would look at your rolls tonight before considering too crazy of actions.
You had to drink sludge.
Adjust your behavior to match your rolls.
Well, what can you tell me about this town? Other than what you just told me.
About the stone, I will tell you nothing. They are the company secret, as we do say around these parts.
Fair.
As you pay attention, roll notice, you particularly, since you're engaged with
Me?
conversation. Yes.
Okay. That's a 3. And a 1, so 3.
Okay, nothing seems out of the ordinary to you.
Okay.
Anyone
Beautiful
close enough
roll.
to listen in can roll at a -1.
Who's close enough?
Y'all tell me.
Hmm.
I was just standing behind him, seeing Just keeping an eye on things. So I guess I'll
So
roll.
we got a 5.
Trying my best to watch rolls and keep up with them.
4 plus 2.
4 and a
6.
2. Not plus. Remember, the results are treated separately.
Alright.
Until we get to damage rolls where things are added. Until then, it's always separate except for explosions.
Mm.
So Paige, you
My
would
total
notice.
was 5. Yeah.
You would notice that he happens to have one of these stones around his neck on a pendant. And it might be a trick of the light, it might be your eyes from the smoke stinging, but you'd swear it refracts everything around it. Like, not a true reflection, but a inversion of sorts. And you'd swear something was hitting the inside of the rock, because you see it bounce against his chest once.
And she taps her lip and kind of interrupts. Now, where can a girl get some jewelry like that?
You gotta be willing to pay out. In town, there's a, Arkham Library Repository. Right next door to that is a small branch of the company store selling some of our goods. Got a pair of earrings with these rocks in them. They're running. He quickly consults a little pocketbook on them. $400 a piece.
What?
Oh, that is expensive.
Imagine that in script.
So how much is this stone worth?
Put it this way: find someone who buys it and understands the value. You could buy the entirety of that town.
You understand the value of this.
Mm-hmm. But I'd much rather kill you and take it.
Of course.
God.
Well, thank you.
It is a small
But-
mercy I'm letting you hold on to it for now. I always get what's mine.
Right. Well, thank you.
Kind of jabs his cane into your foot as he turns to walk away. I have business to attend to. And
I deserve that.
and he's going to try to actually like stab your foot with the tip of it.
Can I roll athletics?
No, it's going to be like a standard hit versus your versus your parry first, see if you can get your foot out of the way.
Parry is 8.
So 12, 18. Okay, so that's a 19 and a 9. So what's your parry?
8.
Okay. You're about to get hit
Okay.
for for an extra damage die because of how well he rolled.
Why?
So 8,
Am I gonna die just from that?
8, 11,
No, you can't get one hit killed.
11, 15,
Beautiful.
16, 17, 18. What's your toughness?
0.
Quick calculation. It is your vigor die steps, so it's a 6. 6 divided by 2 plus 2.
And plus
5,
any
I guess.
armor, quote unquote, you're wearing.
Yeah. So what's your vigor?
He has a 6.
Okay. So 6 divided by 5. So 7. So
Did you say 6 divided by 2 is 5?
no. 6 divided by 2 plus 2.
Okay.
You are very lucky I have a one-shot rule in place. Would you like to spend a Benny to soak some of the 3 damage you are about to take, which will be reduced to 2?
Yes.
Okay. Spend a Benny and then make a vigor roll.
Okay.
Get a -1.
Vigor is D6. Are you gonna take the Benny or?
Yes, it'll go to me.
Uh, Vigor D6.
That's all your bennies, right?
Oh, he has one
I
left
have one left.
because of his lucky feet.
Okay, a 6
So
These are worrying.
and a 5.
okay, you take no damage. You've managed to soak through it.
Wow. Okay. Beautiful.
I want to clarify for the folks at home that because of Dachi, I have a one-shot prevention rule. Because this boy has died to a rat in a previous game. A rat bit him to death in a single bite.
That was beautiful.
Like,
That rat went for the artery.
Just as a cane on the toe would have caused sepsis or something, instantly
Yep.
killing him.
yeah, like that should have been dead. That's why I have a one-shot prevention rule, so you can never take more than 2 damage in a single attack.
Not death by rat.
Because in Savage Worlds, you have 3 hit points.
Ah,
Every time. Every time.
I hope
I
that
did
kind of
tell you guys.
explains the lethality of this system a bit more succinctly.
If you should play with us sometime.
So the cane hits your foot and like just kind of slides off and hits the ground, and there's not a better word for it. It's left behind in a small crater
wow.
right next to your foot.
I'm gonna slowly back away.
As he walks, one of the younger workers of the mine, you'd imagine somewhere in the 13 to 14-year-old range, comes up. And you hear him address him as senior supervisor.
A 14-year-old senior supervisor.
He's a veteran of these mines at that age. Been working there since he was 6. A kind of older voice appears behind Jill. And it is your good friend from earlier, Thomas.
The one that got off the train with us?
Yes.
What brings you here?
My brother works out here. I want to see if he's one of the dead. Thankfully, he's
How
not.
old's your brother?
35.
Okay. Is he injured?
Haven't found him yet.
Ah,
They said he's in there as he gestures to the hole in the ground, the smoking maw that is the opening to the mine. As soon as they get the smoke pulled out, I plan on going in.
can I go try looking from the edge?
There's enough people there with guns, you know better than to get too close.
Okay, fair enough.
Or you would be highly discouraged from getting too close. You are still welcome to attempt to if you'd like to.
I mean, I have D10 stealth.
Okay, you'd like to try to sneak up?
Yes.
Okay.
But not too close.
Okay, so as you approach, it is going to be versus a group stealth or a group notice, and they have an average notice of D6. There are 5 of them. So,
Okay, I'm gonna roll a D10 then.
okay.
Was that an 8?
Yes,
Yeah,
that
it's
is
an
an
8.
So, second. So we have a 4, a 1, a 4. These 3 don't notice you.
Okay, and
Okay, this one got a 9. This one got an 11.
okay, 2 people noticed.
So, would you like to spend your last penny to raise your roll by a D6?
No.
Okay. 2 of them notice you, and they both turn lever action rifles in hand. Stop. Put your hands up and back away from the mine, you boy.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly back away, but ask a question. What's in there?
The dead, the soon to be dead. If you don't back away faster, you.
Understandable. Have a good day.
And yes, Whiff, you have a permanent invitation to my table. If you ever want to try anything, like try a game I'm running, just ask. As you back away, their rifles stay trained on you as you move back to the others. About the time you
Definitely
rejoin,
ugly.
a churning noise comes from underneath the earth and a low rumble rising with a slight keening pitch at the end. And all at once, a pillar of smoke erupts from the mine, getting shoved high into the sky. And the workers seem to cheer.
Why they're cheering?
We got the fan system on. It's pulling it out. That means there's
Fan?
someone alive down there to get the diesel system running.
Ah,
And soon as this cloud of smoke is pulled, they're putting their helmets on and they're diving in, grabbing ropes and jumping in, hopping in the little, call it a carriage car for the elevator, and diving to the bottom.
Mm.
In about 45 seconds, everyone's in the hole.
They're very quick at this. It's not the first time this has happened, hasn't it?
Thomas goes, no, when I was a kid, these used to happen about every 6 weeks or so.
is this part of the festival?
No. Just the Coleridge family's a bunch of idiots.
Mm.
They're all buried down there too, you know. You get to the top level of the mine, there's a mausoleum for the Coleridge family.
Lovely.
Y'all want to see? Still got my pappy's key.
How dangerous is it?
It's the top level of the mine. It should be relatively stable. We're just going 20 feet down or so.
Sure, then. I'll go with you.
Check it out while everyone else is distracted.
He leads you over to what appears to be a metal door in the side of the stonework of the rock face of the wall, and puts the key in and turns. The hinge screams like a dying man. And inside, blackness envelops you as you cannot see your hand in front of your face once you take the first couple of steps.
Mhm.
Because easy now. Easy. Just hand on the rail, one step at a time. If your foot hits something soft, don't think about it, just keep going.
Okay. Is there anyone else with me?
Hmm.
Who else going down?
I don't think
I'm
Samuel
going
can
down.
physically fit down there.
There's enough room. It's a 6-foot tall door frame.
He's 6'10".
You could crouch. Like, once you get in, you could fit. It would just be a little tight.
All right, I guess I'll try.
Odds, curiosity wins. Evens, fear wins. Nope.
It's an evens.
Paige is not having any of that. Dark places with people she doesn't know. No, thank you.
Fair enough. So I'll start with you, Paige. What are you going to do while the rest go down into the creepy hole in the ground?
um. Hmm. She's probably going to stand around and wait to see if any more miners come out carrying any of that cash coin rock.
Okay, so as you watch, as you look into the grass, you see the tiniest flecks of it. Like, I'm talking no bigger than grains of rice.
Hmm.
And it seems like when they get that small, they are essentially just inert, shiny rocks.
Hmm.
But,
She'll grab like 4 or 5 flecks.
okay.
The wrong people won't know the difference.
Roll your notice for me.
We got a 5.
Okay. So, there's a small wooden shack, kind of 30 feet to the left of the door they went in. And there's a low window, and you can kind of see the glow that rock made when it scattered against the light hitting the roof of that shack.
Hmm.
And there's no one around that you can see.
I think for now we're just going to take that in.
Okay. As the sun gets lower and lower in the sky, sun sets some 30, 45 minutes away. You see that ball lightning again. It's kind of dancing right at the edge of vision in the woods. Or at least that's what it was called with ball lightning. You're still unsure. It seems to bounce around, jittering to the left and right like a man with a bit too much coffee in his system and just disappearing. Appearing 50, 60 feet to the left, doing it again for a moment, vanishing yet again. Coming right up to the edge of the property, and then seemingly bouncing off. And then it disappears for a good 20 minutes. Like it got hurt. And this edge of the property is about 150 yards away from the rock wall.
All right.
So would you like to look into it or just kind of chill?
I think Paige is going to try and wait for the other strangers to come back out.
Okay, so we're going to flip to them. So the rest of you, as you go down, roll your agility for me.
Okay. Can I roll? Wait, they're about to say. Okay, agility D8. I rolled a 4. And a 1.
Okay, a 4 is fine for you not getting hurt going down the stairs.
Okay.
Or not falling. 4 as well.
What are we rolling?
Agility plus your wild die.
Oh, okay. I'm good at that. Surprisingly.
Yeah, you all make it down the stairs in one piece.
Nice.
As you get to the bottom, Brendan goes, I should have brought a lamp for y'all. Just a second. You hear him fumbling for a second, and he strikes a match against the wall. See it almost go out for a second, then a faint glow emits around him, and he pulls out a miner's safety light.
So how far does the light reach?
It covers a good 10-foot circle around y'all.
Okay.
What's on the floor?
Where you are now, it seems fairly smooth, worn stone.
Okay.
And you can see the edge of the handrail you just held going down. The base of it has ornate brass that's hand carved into a unique pattern.
That's pretty ornate.
There is a symbol on it that I will do my best to quickly sketch. Table. Warning, I'm not an artist. So it's like a sweeping line with a few drawing at 6,000 DPI is hard.
Do you want my drawing pad?
Second. I'll just send y'all a Google image in a second. Give me just a moment, guys.
Beautiful piece of wheat.
When you see what I was actually trying to send you, I wasn't too far off. Copy image. Yeah, I'm actually going to put it in the Discord so everyone else who's watching can see. It'll be in general chat with no explanation.
Yes, tree.
Okay.
Like I said,
Sigma.
no explanation. If you're in the
Kinda-
server, and you'll see I wasn't too far off.
Yeah.
Just
Pretty close.
doing the best I can with my mouse.
I hate to tell you, but you could have just flipped the bone dice over to 5.
Yeah, but that would have been boring.
Is it under common knowledge?
Oh, no, that would have to be an occult roll to understand what that is.
Okay, but Paige isn't here.
Yeah, but it would be a smarts roll to transcribe it into a journal if any of you have a journal or think it'd be reasonable your character would journal.
I only have a self-defense knife. I don't think that's gonna help.
Well, do you think it'd be reasonable that you would carry a journal? Like, it might not be in your sheet, but would that be within reason?
Not for my character.
Okay. So he keeps going down with y'all down this corridor, and you notice about 100 yards down, the rock goes from the smoothed out stone to actual brick. Are any of your characters well traveled who are down there?
Would that be like a feat or something?
No, just before your character got to this day, would they have traveled a lot?
Yeah.
Okay. You would recognize this as like really high quality brick that you've seen in some nicer train stations around the country.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Would I though? Because my character is clueless as well.
roll smarts. Smarts plus your wild die.
Okay. It's a
Nice.
3 and a 6.
Okay.
And
A
another
9.
3.
Nice.
So you would know, yeah, that this is fairly expensive brick. Like
Well,
probably more than a week's wages for these miners per brick. And you get to the door, and the door at the end of the hallway is literally gilded with gold.
Is that gold?
Yeah, the Coleridge family's an ostentatious bunch. No, y'all didn't ask why I had this key.
Why do you have the key?
My dad used to tend the grave. He'd come down here once a week and clean.
I see.
He quickly
So
swiped
you're
his
the
finger.
keeper now.
No, but they never asked my dad for his key back. They just made a new one.
Fair.
He swipes his finger on the stone and kind of rubs it between his finger. You know, their cleaner is not doing as good of a job as my dad did. Shame on him. A job worth doing's worth doing right. And the cleaner gets paid in actual money.
How much?
They made 75 cents a day,
Not bad.
even the days they didn't clean.
Not bad.
Seems like a good gig.
Yes.
Why didn't you take up the job after your dad left?
I wanted as far away from this town as possible.
Understandable.
It is a peculiar place.
He gets the door open with a bit of grunting and kind of looking to y'all for a hand.
I'll help him.
Samuel will help.
Step up.
Okay, both of you
probably the
roll your
strongest person.
strength.
Oh, D4.
Yeah, being probably the strongest person here. Strength plus die.
Yeah, strength with wild die.
3 and a 6 for the wild die. Does it explode?
Oh yes, that
5
would
and a
explode.
3.
And another 6.
Okay, that'll explode again. So you're at a 12,
Then
18. Roll again.
We're just trying to open the door, not knock it down.
22.
Hey, it's my coffee jittering.
Yeah, that's it. In a feat of what y'all can only assume to be caffeine-induced mania, Henry kind of hunkers down, pushes into the door, and it just effortlessly slides open. And y'all look down and realize he's only using one hand.
Why can't this happen when I'm trying to survive?
Because
He looks down and
my
goes,
character is the dumb one, but notices everything. So
he looks like, so, what you have for breakfast?
Coffee from town?
Wait, you drank the coffee from town?
Yes.
He shines his light in your eyes and kind of looks at you for a second. He goes, you're fine enough, I guess.
Well, thank you.
Trust me, you don't want to know the alternative.
What's the alternative?
He just kind of shakes his head, takes y'all into the mine. You see the stone and walls are all gilded with marble.
Yes.
The coffins themselves are essentially solid gold, each behind a pane of glass. Oh, everyone down there, make a notice check at a -5.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Okay.
okay.
A
That
3?
thing.
Ah, that's a -2. And a 4, so that's -1. I don't
It's
notice
only with
anything.
notice checks.
Okay, so you got a 9, so a 4.
Uh,
Yeah, you pass.
yeah.
So nothing.
I failed miserably.
Um, you hear a knocking coming from one of the very old coffins. Very faint.
No, I don't want to hear this.
And it's behind you and to your left.
Oh, I hate that I know where it is. God, you know, being dumb, your head's so empty you hear everything.
You gonna tell everyone what you heard, or
I guess I don't like it.
Vernon goes, "Yeah, the guy's not do." He looks. Sorry, Thomas looks at him and goes, "He's not doing his job." He walks over and fishes something out of his pocket and bangs it against the clear covering in front of the casket, and the
Whoa,
noise dies
whoa.
down.
What's that for?
He pulls out a rock made of that same opalescent material you saw earlier, with that same symbol carved into it. He goes,
Yeah.
I call it a weird be gone. When
Okay.
stranger things occur in town, this thing seems to make them just stop. I stole it from my father's bag one day before he came to work. He didn't come home.
Can I show him mine?
So
Yeah, he looks at you and goes, "Kid, realize," and yours is about twice the size of the one in his hand.
Oh, wow, okay.
If you realize that is probably worth more than the town, probably worth more than the train that comes through town. How are you still alive holding that? And when you're holding it, do you have a napkin in your hand or a handkerchief, or are you just holding it?
Oh, I have gloves.
Okay. Please specify if you ever hold it without the gloves.
Uh, I'm holding it with my gloves, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
quite honestly, this kid is still alive because of dumb luck.
You should be do not
You
touch
should be
it.
dead 3 times.
Yeah, do not touch it without the gloves. Do not touch it without the gloves.
Okay.
He looks at you again and gets right in your face. Do not touch without gloves.
Okay, now I'm glad I didn't try to eat it.
Oh, you think? Oh my god.
At the
So
end,
what can you tell me about this town?
I don't know much more than they seem to do weird things with weird things. If he takes a
Okay.
step away from that casket, the knocking starts again. He just slaps the rock back at it and it stops yet again.
And what is that strange symbol carved on yours?
It's a old folk charm. There's a witch in town who does this stuff.
I'm gonna make a mental note to visit that witch if we ever get to that witch.
By the way, Whiff thinks you should touch it without your gloves on.
Whiff is just eating all this up, okay? She's living.
And at the end of the gravesite, there is a very large, deep hole in the wall. And above it is Eldritch Coleridge the 32nd.
32nd. How many are there?
Well, I'm no genius. I think that means there are 31 others.
Okay. Ah, that coffee really made a mess out of me, I guess.
So I'm guessing this spot is reserved for the man up top.
Yep, and he has no wife and no kids, so we'll seal the whole thing off per the family's wishes afterwards. There's enough gold down here to buy half the states left.
Are you guys gonna take the gold?
We're not supposed to.
Will anyone
Who's gonna
know?
stop you?
Um, there's a curse put on this place by that same witch.
I'm not gonna push my luck.
And as you look around, you start to notice that everything, like in front of all the caskets, there's gold, like books coated in gold, candlesticks, golden hunting rifles.
Oh, crap, I do
So
have the
what-
gambling skill, but I
What
don't want
happens
to.
to the town when the guy upstairs dies?
Uh, Either somebody buys the mine and people keep mining, or we figure it out.
Okay.
You know, we get some fishing in the season, but we're in the off season right now.
What do you fish?
It's some kind of, oh gosh, what's the word the smart guy used? Some cephalopod?
What?
Cephalopod.
What
He
are
kind of,
those?
he dangles his
octopus meat.
hands under his upper lip and kind of like wiggles them. Like an octopus.
You could have
Okay.
just said that.
Them Italians call it a calamari.
Calamari. I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, let's go back up. We left the lady alone, and I'm getting jittery.
Ah,
Yeah, there was
said
a,
my last
a
name.
weirdo hitting on her.
I think she's capable, but I don't want to have to find out by burying another body. I'm kind of the impromptu undertaker today, I think.
Alrighty. I'm ready to head back up.
Might as well. There's nothing else down here.
Let me roll that again. That was kind of a... Okay, yeah. As he starts to walk forward, he slips, and his lantern falls off and goes dark.
Whoa, are you okay, mister?
For y'all to see him would be a notice at a -6 now, because it just got plunged into utter darkness.
Okay, roll notice. A 1.
The -6.
Okay.
You just rolled snake eyes. Okay,
I rolled a 1 and a 2. Finally, I didn't see anything.
You got lucky.
uh,
This time.
Dachi, you trip. You're gonna take 1d4 fall damage.
1d4, okay.
Alright, I got a 5 and a 2.
Nothing. Okay.
So I don't take damage?
Nope. None of
I
you
rolled
take
a 2.
But
Oh, nice.
you collectively end up like kicking him at about the same time.
What?
Oh no. Oh. What is going on here?
He
Why
screams
did this
out in
happen?
pain as y'all hear a rib crack.
Oh no.
Ugh.
Sorry about that, pal.
I need my coffee.
You'll kind of help him up, and with a fair bit of fussing and noise, y'all
Wait, do
make
I
it
take
back
any
to the
wounds?
sunlight.
Hey, I didn't kick him with.
Do I take any wounds from that cracked rib or?
No, you did not
Okay.
crack a rib.
Okay.
Thomas has a
The
cracked
guy
rib.
did.
Yeah, y'all
Oh,
kicked
okay.
him.
Oh, okay. Oh, poor guy.
Y'all just planted a
Kicked
boot
him
in his
while he was
ribs in
down.
the dark.
I'm so sorry about that, mister.
Oh no, it was dark down there. I get it. Oh gosh, don't suppose you all have a drink on you, do you?
Not on me.
Do I
Uh,
have
Let's
a
get
drink
you
on?
outside
No, I
and
don't
wrap
think I
those
do.
up.
Coffee in my stomach.
My character might be Irish, but he's not stereotypical.
Okay, let's get to the mess hall. Get something. As you, Paige, you see the 4 of them clamber off the stairs. You see a little bit of blood soaking through Thomas's shirt.
Dang. Poor guy.
Does she have medical expertise?
I don't believe so.
Do none of us have medical expertise?
If anyone has the medicine skill, you can roll it and try to help,
Uh,
lack of a better word, set the rib.
How about common knowledge for first
Nope.
aid?
I got repair.
He's not an automaton. You're out of luck.
Yes,
Can
I
I
would like
notice
to
the one?
repair this human flesh monster.
Wait, can I do gambling for first aid?
No, you cannot gamble for first aid. I admire the moxie, but no.
Okay. I mean, I do have a knife.
Oh god, what is wrong with us guys?
So he goes, your friends need to take the lead out of their shoes.
Paige takes one last puff off of her cigarette and then puts it out.
Find anything interesting while you're up here?
And she'll hold out her gloved hand, kind of jingle the little pieces of jewel.
Vernon's eyes light up as he rolls them between his fingers. He goes, "Oh, Eldritch is getting sloppy if he's leaving these lying around." Specifies that those are probably worth about $10 a piece.
Lucky. So, when are we getting to the mess hall? I think I'm getting hungry.
Let's he goes,
You
get me
think
to the
you're
medicine
getting
camp
hungry?
first.
Sure.
You think you're getting hungry.
I
You don't know
think.
your own body?
I mean, I did drink that coffee.
On that note, make another vigor roll.
Me?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
oh Lord. Okay.
At a -1.
Okay.
Alright, let's see this happening.
See if
Okay.
it
Oh,
hurts
boy.
as much coming out as it did going in.
2.
Would you like to spend the Benny to re-roll? Or
I
to
only
add
have
to
one
it?
left, so no.
Well, on that note, because I didn't do the second, I am going to reward everyone who was down there one for their creative methods of finding a friend in the dark. Kicking him in the ribs is well worth a token.
I mean, if it works, it works.
Hey, put it in the right spot. I have them lined up perfectly.
So if I
Brilliantly.
re-roll, do I keep the Benny or do you take it?
It would go into the bag if you just re-rolled. So re-rolling gives me
Oh.
nothing, which on the note I took from my own stash. So let me regen.
Again,
Yeah, I'll re-roll.
Samuel
Okay.
is 6'10" and has like a size 13 shoe. This man's rib did not exist anymore. Also, side note, Laird, my phone automatically downloaded Dead by Daylight Mobile,
Interesting.
and I did not tell it to.
Your
You-
phone is haunted.
You
Yeah,
all
I'll
hear?
re-roll.
Okay. So
Do I
just I'll snag it and
Yeah.
throw it in the bag.
D6? Just the D6 or with the
You pick
raw
which
die
one
as well?
you can re-roll both of them or just one.
If I re-roll both of them, do I spend another Benny?
No.
Okay, I'll roll both of them. That's okay. That's a 3. And oh, nice.
6,
And, okay.
12, 13.
13.
So 12.
Okay.
You feel something rising up within you briefly, but with great force of will and character, you stomp it down.
With your
Ugh.
own insides.
Only
get
thing
the
to
conflict
escape you
coffee.
is a small burp.
That was perfect coffee.
Can I roll notice to see if it smells?
Yes.
Because
I'd rather
bad
not.
coffee burps smell really bad.
Oh yeah.
That's a 5.
All you smell is the smell of freshly baked bread.
Oh, that sounds good right now, actually.
And as you all listen, you hear the crackling of that ball lightning again. As it appears
ball
mere
lightning?
feet away from the edge of camp and just charges, revealing itself more in full to be a small ball of just crackling electricity. It's like harnessed by man into something about the size of like a German shepherd.
See, I told you I saw something.
Arcing
Should
through the
probably
arcing through the ground at about chest level, flying across, hitting this invisible barrier and just bouncing away, crackling and sparking, seeming angry, and just does it again and again till it dissipates.
you should probably get Mister some help for his wound.
Yeah, coughs, and you see a fine spatter of blood hit the floor. I'm gonna go. I think I'm seeing things.
I saw it
Yeah.
too.
All right. Where's the medical tent? What lead you there?
You see a large crowd of people around a tent with a large cross.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I guess that's where it is.
Mhm.
So,
Uh,
anyone strong enough to like help him up?
yeah,
Or
you can get him there without any rolls.
okay.
Paige, you notice where that ball of lightning just there seems to be a scorch mark in the middle of the air.
Hmm. Curious.
Would you like to approach it and take a peek?
Mm, yes.
Okay. So as you approach, you notice that the grass is gone right at the line where that mark seems to be. And it's kind of slowly fading, but as you reach out and touch it, you feel ash just hanging in the air.
Hmm. Hmm.
And as you look down, you can tell there's some freshly disturbed soil right underneath the spot.
Um, I'll kind of toe the soil around a bit.
Okay. As you start to, you find a flat metal cap poking out from the soil.
Like a bottle cap or
Like a mason jar, but bigger.
okay.
Like, you know those really large canning jars? About that size.
Mm-hmm. About that size.
Mhm.
I will bend down and pick it up.
Okay. Roll strength. It seems to be whatever. It seems to be attached to something stuck into the ground.
Oh boy, have I got a high strength for you. How about a too high?
Well, something just floated.
Yep. The table has low gravity apparently. Would you like to spend a penny to add a d6 to that roll?
Nope.
Okay. You pull and it rises up a little bit, but you can't get it out. It
Man,
does
y'all
reveal
sound
that
weird,
the
man.
rest of the jar is attached to it.
Only this has low gravity layered. Everything else is normal
Interesting.
gravity.
And how far away have the others gotten?
There's about 10 yards away.
And uh, let's see, who probably looks the strongest?
Very easily. Gosh, I forgot your character's name. Toasty, what's your character's name again?
Samuel.
Samuel.
Samuel. Samuel quite clearly is the strongest.
Uh, Paige will sort of rush over and be like, "I'm in dire need of a strong man."
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She kind of crosses her arms and she's like, "Well, are you going to help?"
Uh,
What are you
who are you
help with?
talking to?
Me?
Okay.
There's something buried over here, and I need it.
Alright. I guess I'll help you.
All right, and she'll lead Samuel over.
Okay. Make a strength check to try to pry this piece of metal out of the ground, attached to a jar.
Samuel gets to do the thing that he's good at.
Hopefully. Apparently, I'm only good at noticing things.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna spend a token. Take that.
I mean, I could have also used my caffeine added strength.
Yeah, apparently that 24 earlier was mind blowing.
Should I just re-roll altogether? Or?
Oh yeah, you're re-rolling, so let me just chuck that one in the bag.
Yeah. Because I'd rather re-roll than. Okay, a 10 plus 1.
Just a 10. Roll the 10 again.
Okay. Oh. Go away, D6.
Okay, 19.
9.
So you effortlessly, with one hand, pry the jar from the ground. It's about a foot in length,
Oh crap!
filled with a kind of mysterious dark green liquid with one of those stones in the bottom, about the size of a human heart,
Lovely.
with the words Eldritch Coldridge engraved on it.
All right. Here you go, little lady. He's just gonna give it to you. He doesn't want it.
And Paige kind of takes it and she goes, "Thanks. It's just what I've always wanted."
Christmas come early.
And she puts it into her backpack or her bag, I guess. And
As you hold
Her
it,
purse.
roll smarts.
oh boy,
Sorry, no,
You're
spirit.
going
Spirit,
to-
not smarts.
oh well, same thing.
Okay.
5 high.
You hear kind of echoing in the back of your mind. You know, I should have sent those kids down earlier. Should have had them clear everything before they kept going. It's all my fault. How do I cover this up? And then as you put it into your bag, the voice fades.
You
And
have
she
a
kinda-
man's guilt.
Shakes as though a chill went down her spine.
And at this point,
This is
the sun finishes setting finally. Notice it took from sunset to darkness was almost 3 hours.
time really is standing still, isn't it?
And a full moon rises. And seemingly on cue, you hear the sounds of the forest just come to life. You hear wolves howl, you hear the distant growl of a panther, cougar, mountain lion, whatever does your fancy. And you notice people just start streaming out of the mess hall.
Did we miss our dinner?
No, food is still available. But they all walk out into the woods.
Okay.
Can we get food first?
Because yes, people just walk into the woods.
Yes, they walked into the
In a
woods without
group.
lights. Different directions. They all just spread out into the woods.
Oh God.
It's normal
This
for
is
them
some
to just
cult stuff.
wander into the woods like that.
Thomas looks at her and goes, Today, yes.
Today, yes.
Does it have something to do with the festival?
You're an outsider. You won't understand.
Fair enough. So how's your wound?
Y'all got him to the medical tent, and they wrapped him up. And he's pretty miserable. He's gonna stay the night.
Well, I'm sorry for kicking you, old man.
And if it wasn't y'all, would have been the rails going back up. I could feel some loose bolts in them as we went up or went down.
Right.
Y'all go back. Y'all might want to go back to town. Sun's down now.
Hmm.
And y'all hear the unmistakable sound of lightning striking.
It is probably a good idea to listen to the old man. I suggest to the group.
All right, let's
You
go.
might be right.
As you're talking, a man, like full-grown man, runs into the middle of the mining area, set on fire, like, completely ablaze, and just jumps into the hole in the ground.
Whoa! What?
Things are getting a bit too lively for my tastes.
You can see everyone else kind of looks away, but they're not. No one's going to check on him.
Oh, looks
And
like he's a goner.
a good 10 seconds go by before you hear the thud. A thin curl of smoke comes back out of the hole.
Are there still guards in there?
Yeah, the people never came back up.
Hmm.
Lovely. What a mess.
Are we still near the old man?
Oh yeah, you're still within eye shot.
Okay, can I ask him what happened? Or what do you think happened?
I don't have words for it that you'll understand.
Try me.
Everything in this world has a price. When you bought that coffee, you paid for it.
Yes.
When you bought your tickets, you paid for it. When you got in a fight, you paid for it with injuries. When you ask someone out, you pay in your social standing or your social integrity at the moment. Everything has a cost. This town being here and this mine being here has a cost, and that was part of paying that cost.
Sacrifice.
Not quite. Sacrifice implies a more deific element. I don't want it to feel like that. It's a cost. It's an exchange.
I see.
We're not appeasing some all-knowing entity. We're just making the place not kill us.
A contract.
Yes, we take things out, we have to put things back in.
Fair enough. I won't ask
Coughs,
anymore.
more blood comes out of his mouth. He goes, just notice, there's no cemetery in town.
Out of character, I think I know where this is going and I hate it.
All that
Hmm.
coal's gotta come from somewhere.
So I noticed there's no cemetery, like you said.
Yeah,
So all the dead bad bodies are in the hole.
not all. But also notice, gold does not come out of that mine.
Hmm.
Remember, it was a coal mine. Or it is a coal mine. Y'all want to know what happened to this town? Find the gold.
Gold.
And as he says that, his eyes go the same color as the stone in his hand. Notice he has not let go of it since he got up. In a deep, gravelly voice, the sound has gone by, just looks at you and says,
Whoa, are you okay, old man?
you outsiders, you are not part of the covenant. Why do you encroach upon me?
I'm sorry, what covenant?
It's older than blood, older than dirt, older than the winds that run through these very woods. And you defile it with your presence.
I'm gonna back away from him.
You defile this land. You are a curse. You are a blight upon the soil, not fit to be buried. You shall die. Everyone in the medical tent, prepare for combat.
Cool.
All right.
Uh,
Vernon, or sorry, Thomas. I keep switching characters in my head. Thomas, grabs one of the medical saws off the table and lunges at you as a collective. So, a brief Savage Worlds combat primer for those listening. I'm going to deal cards off top of this deck. Aces down in initiative order.
All right.
Get deal to Thomas first.
I will also remind you we only
That's
have a half
10.
hour.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm going way slower than intended. Okay. So he goes first. Oh, yeah. You were not. Were you close enough?
I
I
started
thought
back
I
in
thought I
the-
was with them.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you like stayed along or not. My bad. Okay, so you have an ace,
For
so you
this part, yeah.
get to go first.
I can't do the Joker thing, can I?
No. I mean, you can hold your action and try, but you'll have to go against his agility on his turn.
My agility does not bode well for that. So,
Mine does, but I don't want to try anything.
I do have athletics.
yeah, we're gonna just pull out the Derringer. We're no nonsensing this.
Okay, and you're gonna try to shoot him.
Yeah.
So roll shooting plus your wild die.
Got a 5.
Okay, that is high enough to hit. Now roll damage without your wild die.
Yes. I need to check once more what the Derringer was because I don't remember at this point in time.
I think it was 2d4.
That sounds right.
We'll just call it 2d4 for now.
Okay.
Okay, roll that one again.
6 total.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Roll a
That's a
4.
4.
6, 9. So you hit him, and he kind of staggers back for a moment as moss and branches start to cover where the bullet struck his torso.
Ooh. Big yikes. Paige is going to do the honorable thing and get out of the tent.
Understood. And will that be your turn?
Oh yeah.
Okay, take your card. Now Tom's going. Who's closest to him?
Not me. I'm near the entrance.
You were talking with him.
Yeah, probably me. So.
Okay, so he's gonna swing at you,
Why?
and he's still like half seated, just starting to. His arm is gonna come out, and at the elbow, it's going to like vines and sinew are just gonna carry it further than it should naturally go with the
Watch me
saw.
I don't like this.
And he's going to hit you with his D8 plus his wild die. Or no, yeah, it's a wild die. What's your parry?
8.
Okay. The hit just barely whiffs in front of you. And his arm, being so long, just kind of cascades across the floor, nicking the leg of a doctor who yells and runs out of the tent.
Someone should lend him a hand.
He's going to try to resurge himself and make that swing back up towards you at a -2. He's going to add a d6 to that result. So this goes to the table for one of y'all to claim.
Do I have my self-defense knife out at this point?
Yeah, you would have had time to arm yourself.
Okay.
The Benny, right?
That's for anyone to grab. It still misses you. So yeah, end of his
Who
turn.
needs the Benny?
I have one
dodgy.
left.
Take the Benny.
Okay.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Please take
8,
the Benny.
5.
Thank you very much.
Dodgy definitely needed it
Yep.
more than
Nothing,
anyone
yeah, thanks.
else.
Okay. Dachi, your turn.
Oh,
Okay. What can I do? I have a D6 in fighting. Knowing my luck, I probably should flee.
But remember, there are some more innovative options in Savage Worlds.
That is true. What is around me? Can I roll notice?
There's like some medical carts that are like wooden and metal, kind of bolted, strapped together on wheels. A few other gurneys. A very primitive IV stand with a bottle of morphine on it.
Morphine.
How far is it?
It's 10 feet away.
Can I use my athletics?
What would you like to do?
Go there. Just grab it and then throw it at him.
I'll let you do that as an improvised weapon attack.
Okay.
But let me double check the rules for that.
I do have two-fisted, so I have no multi-action penalty.
So you have a -2 to the attack roll. And we're gonna call this a medium weapon, so it's gonna be a strength plus your D6 if you hit him.
Okay. And two-fisted, so no multi-action penalty.
Yeah,
but
so you could-
offhand penalty.
Yeah, so you could do that, and then you could still hit him with your dagger because you have that self-defense knife.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
So roll athletics.
No, it's gonna be fine. It's just I'm assuming you can get there no problem because you have the movement.
Okay.
So roll to hit. It's going to be your fighting plus a D6.
Fighting plus a D6.
Fighting a D6 is to be a -2.
So
So your fighting
what
is a
is my
D6.
fighting?
So 2d6 and then the result -2.
That's a 5 for the first one.
Okay. Roll the other one. Just your wild die.
That's
1. It's supposed to be
Yeah,
this
the
one,
wild die?
but yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll just take that.
Yeah, we'll count that. So right now, I'm gonna ask, would you like to use a Benny to adjust your results?
No, not this time.
Okay. So as it leaves your hand, it just goes high above and like passes through the outside edge of the tent.
Oh, okay. Which one?
The morphine bottle.
action?
Yeah,
Okay.
the throw.
Okay.
So would you like to attack with your knife?
Yes, I will
Okay.
try to.
Roll the D6 plus the wild die again with no minuses.
Okay. Oh, 6.
6. Roll it again. 7.
Okay, 7. Okay, 1.
Okay. You pass, so you get to deal damage. So do the damage roll for your knife with no wild die.
Strength plus D4, so 2 D4s.
One.
What is that? 1. And a 2.
4. That's a 4.
Oh, 4, okay.
Yeah. Roll it again. So you're 5.
And 3.
8.
So, 8,
So
yeah.
you hit him, and as your knife hits, it hits in that same spot where the kind of moss and wet stuff grew over the first hit. So as you strike, it flakes away, revealing flesh, and as a spurt of blood comes out, it's brown, like the color of muddy water.
Is that the coffee I drank?
No, he looks at you. He goes, "You don't want to know what this is." And once again, the moss and green grow to cover it, but he is injured.
Oh, he's back to normal?
No, he's still injured.
Okay.
Who's next? 8 and 5. Cryptic, your turn.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm last.
So I drop my gun, my Colt.
Mhm.
And I let off a quick double tap chest height.
Okay, so the first shot will be normal. The second shot will be at a -2.
I do have the double tap feat though.
Oh, okay, so you get to do both. Okay, my bad.
Yes.
I forgot you had that feat. So just do both your attacks.
Okay. Where's my D8? So the first one is a 3 and a 5.
Okay. The 5 hits. Roll damage.
Damage is 2d6 plus 1.
So 10 and roll the 6 again. 12. As the first shot hits him, the man stumbles to his knees and just decomposes rapidly in front of your eyes.
Well, that was beautiful.
At the end, only his skull is left, and you notice the opalescent stone is just laying in the middle of what was his corpse, which is now a small pile of moss and mulch.
Well, that was unpleasant.
Yeah, and I'm pretty close to that thing.
Yep, combat's now over. Let me grab y'all's cards.
I'm surprised I didn't die.
I rolled bad.
I'm so surprised I didn't die.
Yeah, but that's only the first combat encounter.
That is true.
Is this gonna be becoming a 2-shot?
Probably, because I do recognize I'm running out of time for you two. So people run over and they see what's left. They go, "We heard gunshots. Everyone okay?"
Look at that pile of moss.
What?
There.
And skull. There's a skull.
Yeah,
there,
what?
Don't forget that.
What's that?
I have
Mother
no idea
Nature.
what happened. Thomas just attacked us out of nowhere, and when we had to take him down because this weird mossy growths were just overtaking all his body.
You hear multiple people mutter something under their breath in a language unknown to most of you. Who has smarts over a D8?
I have D8 smarts.
Okay. Dutchy,
I think
Henry and Paige,
Don't
both of you
have-
make a smarts roll.
yeah, Decaf is the smartest of all of us.
5 and a 4. Okay. Dutchy, you can roll as well because your smarts
Oh.
is a D8.
D8. Okay.
Paige is the smartest because Paige is the
That's
only
a
one who's never
3
worked
and
a
a
day in
wild
her
die,
life.
right?
What was that?
3 and then the wild die. Let me
Yes.
roll it. 4.
Okay. You both recognize from some talk you heard or some conversation you've had as a language of a small group of Native Americans who live on an island not far from the coast. And the roughest translation you can manage is "the green protect us."
Hmm. Can I crouch down and inspect the moss?
As you do, it decays rapidly under touch, very soon leaving only the skull and the rock.
Oh man, I wanted to see if I could eat it.
Stop trying to eat things.
Well,
Wait, you
I'm
said
driven to.
the gem?
The rock is still
Uh,
there, yes.
Okay.
All right. Can I grab a nearby cloth and wrap it up and pick it up?
Roll your agility to make, because you just had some adrenaline from a fight. I want to make sure you don't make a mistake and accidentally touch it.
All right.
Imagine.
We got a 5.
Okay, yeah, you're good.
3.
You carefully wrap it up and lift it, and as you lift it up, you hear a hum in the back of your head, just a gentle, with seemingly no source, but you know it's Thomas's voice.
Anything going on with that rock? I ask. Was it Vincent?
Yeah. Just a weird itch in the back of my head. Nothing much.
Ah,
Henry, make another vigor roll at a -2.
okay. Vigor D6. That's a 5, so that's a 2. That's a 5, so same.
Okay, you failed. Nothing happens right now, but you get an unsettling feeling in your stomach.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I'm gonna call it for today because
Okay.
I know Decaf and Toasty both need some rest.
All right.
So thank you all for being here. Apologize this is turning into a 2-shot. But
All the good ones do.
we will. Are y'all good to pick this up next Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Next
should work
Tuesday,
for
I
me.
have actual D&D.
Okay. I'll send you another poll, I guess, working on what day works next week.
Okay.
It might be for the best.
We'll pick this up again soon. I apologize to everyone that we're having to end on that note for this part. But I'm going to step away for a moment. I am going to end the recording real quick. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.